Soulja Boy is making his own video game console, and Epic makes its own store. Let's jump into it. How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode number 27 of Diggity, the video game podcast. I'm your host, Jeff James. As always, with me is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's left thumb, Luscious Brody.
What's going on, buddy?
Not too much, man. You like how the intro is different now? I'm not adding a bunch of words. I'm just reading your resume. Yeah. You were inventor of the hot dog, and you were also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's left thumb.
Left thumb, yeah.
In Skyscraper.
In Skyscraper specifically.
Correct, yeah. Another fun fact, Brody was the shorter, less attractive stunt double of Chris Pratt in Jurassic World. Looked nothing like him, but he could jump like Chris Pratt. You can follow us.
I got hops, man.
Exactly. You can follow us on Instagram at Diggity Podcast. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Diggity Gaming, on YouTube. But yeah, you can subscribe to the podcast specifically on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Good Lord, we're everywhere. And speaking of being everywhere, audiobooks, they can now be with you everywhere thanks to Audible. And thanks to Audible for sponsoring this podcast. Today's podcast is indeed brought to you by Audible, and you can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/diggity. You can get access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player. We here at Diggity recommend Walter the Farting Dog, and Walter the Farting Dog farts again, because we like to pass on knowledge. Audible, great service, great platform. It's owned by Amazon, so you know it's going to take your life over one day. And you know one day you're going to have a chip in your head reading or listening to an audiobook in a van down by the river. So head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity for your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial. Head on over there. Thank you always to Amazon and the Audible team sponsoring the podcast, taking over the world, and teaching us things through books. I fucked up this week and didn't do Diggity Deals. So,
damn it, Jeff.
Yeah, I can't save anyone money. Hey, here's a deal. Smash comes out tomorrow.
At full price.
At full price. You get a free poster if you go to GameStop. There's your deal.
There you go.
Fuck it. First piece of news, Brody, what's up?
I was telling you before we started doing the show, this might be my favorite news story we've had so far, just because it is utterly ridiculous. But Soulja Boy has just released 2 consoles, and it just gets weirder from there.
Hey, Brody.
Yeah.
Tell him.
I'm going to tell you. The 2 consoles have been creatively called Soulja Game console and Soulja Game handheld, because creativity doesn't come around like that all the time.
No,
it's impressive.
You have to be a rapper to be creative,
right? The Soulja Game console comes with 800 games, and the Soulja Game handheld has 3,000 games all built into it. These titles include classic GBA games, PC games, Neo Geo games, Sega, and more major game companies. The console comes in at $150. Sorry, $149.99 if you want to get technical, and the handheld comes in at $99.99. And this is not the first time he's delved into the tech world. He also has his own smartphone, which is the Soulja phone. His own headphones, a tablet, which is also a Soulja. I think they called it a Soulja pad, like an iPad,
as one would.
Right, absolutely, and a smartwatch, the Soulja watch.
Oh wow, wasn't expecting that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, just looking at him, he screams, "I make technology." But
it's nice to know that he's not thinking of himself when he makes these.
No, very selfless.
That's good.
But this sounds illegal as fuck. Just
So
throwing that out
I'm
there.
not a lawyer, but this sounds illegal as fuck.
I'm pretty sure you cannot have the rights to put 3,000 games onto a console and charge $100 for it.
You might be right.
I mean, I'm really bad at math, but
Here's the
something
thing.
about that doesn't add up.
If people come after him, Soulja Boy, tell him.
God damn it. Oh, man.
Do you think he only uses black and yellow pens?
He wasn't the black and yellow guy, though, man.
Was he not?
That was Wiz Khalifa.
Well, I'm white. I get a pass.
Jesus. I mean, it was a good try. It was
I'm
around
Canadian.
the same time. Yeah, and Canadian. Yeah.
Probably the whitest man right
That's
now
the
on this
main
podcast.
thing.
What songs does Soulja Boy have? Oh, that Watch Me Crank It, Watch Me Something,
Yeah.
Watch Me Pirate all these fucking games, right? That was a good one. It's nice to know he's living. You getting sued. It's nice to know that he's living his music now. Yeah, this is
Right.
You're right. This is illegal as fuck. It's got games from PC, the Neo Geo, Sega, and more on it.
Game Boy. Nintendo's going to come after him like crazy.
It's interesting though. I don't. Here's the thing. He's probably doing it because he thinks he can get away with it. And,
I'm sure.
And there's some things that he might get away with. I mean, is the Soulja phone out? Essentially, this is also an emulation box, by the way. This is not.
Right.
I mean, this is like a fucking Android box that just has stuff into it. Also, looks incredibly like the Xbox One S.
It really does. And the smartwatch looks exactly like a what's Apple's watch? The Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Apple Watch. It looks exactly like that. The headphones
is the Soulja Watch already out?
Yeah, man.
Did it launch today or did it?
No, just the consoles launched today, I believe.
Okay. So the
I think some of the
Soulja
other stuff has been
Watch
out for a while.
Shop. I want to buy the Soulja Watch.
Please do. Can we do this in our
Well, his
YouTube
shop
once we
is-
start doing this? We're just gonna buy all of Soulja Boy stuff.
Yeah, and review it. Yeah, his store runs on Shopify. Oh, I can buy the one word. Okay, all of these.
Yeah, it's
all
all
of
one
these
word,
are
man.
one word. The Soulja game console, the Soulja game handheld, Soulja headphones, wireless Bluetooth, Soulja phone HT70. HT70. That's a fucking phone now, isn't it?
HTC.
No. But there's an HT70 from somebody. Soulja pods. Yeah, these are just fucking wow. Holy shit. The Soulja AirPods. Whatever the fuck intelligent compatibility is.
The HT70 is a ventilator.
So, all right. Well, hey. So it looks like he's got. Oh, great. Compatibility spelt wrong on the Soulja pods online. So is different. Different is spelled. It says can connect different Bluetooth devices. Different is spelled DIFFRIENT. Different. And
Fantastic.
compatibility, literally, there's no fucking P. So it says compatibility.
Compatibility.
He's just reselling
Damn it, man.
shit from online.
And the worst part is
Separately
like,
spelled bad. Oh,
I saw a few
boy.
people kind of asking like, "Hey, is this actually him?" No, it's actually him. It came from, or he posted it on his own Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Like, it's him.
So the Soulja watch is $19. So you know you're gonna get value out of that. It's got a strap on it that looks exactly like the iPhone, like silicone ones. It's $19.99. It says Bluetooth, yes. Camera, yes. Clock, yes. GPS, yes. Works with Android and iPhone. These are actually, oh my God. You know what this is?
What?
So I'm going to go hypothetical here because I don't want to be sued by Soulja Boy for
That's fair.
Defamation towards his shop.
For
So
calling out his...
I'm gonna make an educated guess here, and his store is built in Shopify. He's using a plugin called Oberlo, which scans something called AliExpress, which is a Chinese mass distributor.
Yep.
And he has not rebranded anything. Soulja. He has put a couple of photos up that looks like they've been built in fucking MS Paint, and has I mean, these are literally other people's products, and then he just has a couple of images that have the logo Soulja Watch up on top. But these are 110% not his thing. And he's definitely using a Burlo. For example, on the Soulja Game handheld, the logo on the back of the handheld doesn't even say Soulja Game handheld. It says Retro Game on the back of it. He's just reselling shit, putting his own shit on it.
Yeah.
The Soulja Game console, same thing. It's actually owned by a different company in China, it looks like, when you root it back. But yeah, he's just using Oberlo as a plugin. He's using his fucking name, putting it out there, and that's it.
That's pretty much what I assumed it was.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
No, but sorry. Could be.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean,
could be that.
In theory, that could be what's going on.
Yeah. In theory, he could be doing that.
Right.
It would appear that his slider for his website is also on the bottom of the page, which is a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
Anyone who wants to buy shit, you can buy shitty AirPods for $9.99. You can get a Soulja Game handheld for $99. You can get a Soulja Watch for $19. You can get the Soulja Game console for $150. The Soulja headphones wireless Bluetooth are $38.26 for some reason. And the Soulja pad is $166.60. It has 32 gigs of capacity. It's a 10-inch screen. Quad core processor, an MTK 6580. The display resolution is 1280 by 800.
Good God.
It's great. So, I mean, you could watch his rap videos just as they were meant to be watched in piss poor quality. Yeah.
It's just like you're back in 2005 again.
You know, it's fucked up too because it's just not set up right. Like, the store's not, like, even the Shopify store is fucked. It's not set up right. Everything says Soulja Watch underneath of it.
Yeah, I saw that. Everything's just all over the place, and it's a mess.
Yeah, it's this is fucking illegal. I mean, there's
hypothetically, Jeff. In theory, this.
Well,
could
hold
be
on. This isn't illegal, actually. This is okay,
Does it
but
fall
I
into
think
that really gray area.
Nothing else is branded except for the Soulja Watch as Soulja Watch, but the watch actually isn't branded as Soulja Watch. So he might be taking credit for mass production of shitty technology from someone else. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's just, yeah.
I think
he's doing it.
The part that would be illegal would be the game consoles, though.
Yeah, the game console would be one thing.
Just because
he doesn't make them. But he doesn't make them.
Right. Yeah, but it'd be the IP where it would be an issue.
But he doesn't make them.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's true.
He just sells them. Worst case, you're going to tell him to stop selling them. I think, is Soulja Boy bankrupt? Yeah. This would answer a lot of our questions.
I can't imagine he has a lot of money. It's been a little while since he was in the limelight.
Well, I'm upset that there's no he doesn't sell like Gucci bandana. 'Cause that was one of his songs.
Soulja bandana. Come on, man.
Nor does he sell booty meat.
Booty
So,
meat.
you know.
I'd buy a can of booty meat. Why not?
Yeah. Hey, this is him. This is Soulja Boy. Let's do a quick search here. Is Soulja Boy bankrupt?
Too bad you don't have a Google Mini in there so you could ask it and I could shout over into your
Yeah,
mic.
he's broke. Yeah, he's broke.
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay. Well, that answers everything. There we go. That's great.
Well, there you go.
Soulja Boy, you ever want to be on the podcast, hit us up. Crank that. Send me kisses through the phone.
Oh, God.
All day, baby. I'll put fucking Soulja jokes
You're
all
running
day.
out of references, though. I mean, there's only a couple songs that made it big enough that people heard.
Yeah, back in 2006. Stuff that actually matters in video games and isn't someone ripping shit off and is actually their own store is Epic Games is creating its own PC game store. So the Epic Games Store promises to take only 12% of the revenue from game sales while leaving 88% for the developer, which is awesome. Most are 30% now is taken. That involves Steam, Google Play, iTunes, or I guess the App Store, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, pretty standard 30% royalty fee structure to it, which that's awesome. Valve has also announced that it has a much steeper revenue split through the popular game store. So Steam takes roughly 30% of revenue sales, but also Steam has announced that they're willing to go down on taking as much royalty when a game makes a certain amount of money, which is kind of interesting. So Epic has announced that the service right the heels of Steam announcing plans, like I said, to cut their revenue split to 25% once revenue hits 10 million, and yet another cut to 20% after 50 million, which I think is just bullshit. The Epic Game Store launches soon with a small selection of games for PC and Mac that have yet to be announced, but will open up to more games and other platforms in 2019. Epic says their store will be open games made in any engine, not just their own engine, which the engine that they own, for those who don't know, is on the Unreal Engine. They say if a game is made with Unreal, Epic will waive all engine royalties on revenue from the Epic Games Store, which is awesome because right now engine revenue is 10% as well. But it's 10% after you net $100,000, something like that. The store will also have a support a creator program, and the program allows developers to connect with over 10,000 content creators and awards the creators for bringing exposure to the developers, which is awesome. That's something that Steam kind of did with something called content curator or influencer curator or something like that, where you can kind of do the same thing. You put keys up as an offer for people to pick up, and if they want to pick your game up, they'll do a cool thing about it, and then that individual gets free games and some money from Steam or some like in store, I guess, currency to use. But yeah, this is cool. This is great. I hope this starts some shit. Tim Sweeney decided that he wanted to not do the Google Play Store because 30% is a fucking ripoff, and I agree with it. It's bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
Right off the top, you're left with 70% of net revenue or gross revenue to yourself. Sorry, which is bullshit. So I'm hoping that this starts a little thing of 15%. Apple's not going to give a fuck. Google's not going to give a fuck. But hopefully this starts something with Microsoft and with Sony, because it's difficult. You sell $100,000, you're only taking home 70 of it. That sucks. Trust me, that sucks.
Right.
Hey, we sold $100,000. Hey, we only get 70% of it. And then on top of that, a lot of games have additional revenue splits with other people. One developer might have ported it, so this developer gets 10%, this gets that, so it really gets split up after a long time.
Yeah,
makes it difficult.
And this is, to me, this seems like a very interesting move, which is, I think it's a fantastic move, and I think it's smart on Epic's part, because not only are you getting, you lose a little bit of the revenue off the top, but I think it's going to bring in more people, and I think it's going to be a quantity over, not necessarily a quantity over quality. I just think they're going to get more people that come, which will kind of even things out eventually.
Mm-hmm. I hope
and
that
on top of that, I think they're going to be able to dominate their own store. So really, they're not going to be losing a whole lot of money, because it's probably going to be a lot of games that are made on Unreal Engine or even just Epic Games. So I think in a way, they're gonna benefit enough from the store, especially with like, you get Fortnite through there, and you start buying all of your microtransactions through that. Now they're just making insane money off of it. So I think where they lose a little bit of money going back to the developers, which I think they are genuinely doing that to help developers. I don't think they're. I mean, I think it was in a really smart way that they did it, but to where they both benefit from it. But at the same time, I think this isn't something that's just solely out of the goodness of their hearts. Like, they're going to benefit from this as well.
Oh, this is
it'll
brilliant.
bring in
This
money
is
for
brilliant.
them.
This is
Yeah, the way
absolutely
they
brilliant.
went about it's amazing.
Right. If they tried
Incredible.
to do this when they had Paragon out, no one would have fucking done it. But the fact that they're doing this now and they have Fortnite and they're a huge success right now. I mean, they're a huge success as a company regardless. But the fact that they have a video game that's, the hottest video game right now, that's great for them. Here's the thing. People are still going to release on Steam. And they're going to release on Epic at the same time, which is great. Now there's going to be 2 at least shops that have some sort of population to them, which I'm happy for. And yeah, like Steam needs to get its shit together. Like Valve fucked up big time and basically just let anybody release anything on Steam. And it's
a shit show.
Totally fucked up everything. It's hard to find any indie titles. It's hard to fucking get any exposure. It's hard to do shit.
We always complain about the Nintendo eShop, and that's nothing compared to how messed up the Steam shop is. Like,
right.
Steam is a absolute shit show.
Right, but this is what's crazy. So, like, Discord has a Discord store now, Epic Games is doing their Epic Games Store. That's cool. We'll have to see where this goes, and we'll have to see how popular it becomes. But now it's a war, right? So now it's going to be what's the biggest offering. Epic's a gas station across the street that says "fuck you" to the BP gas station and drops it by like 15 cents, and then the BP guy's like, "What the fuck is this? I can't compete with that." So we'll have to see what happens, and we'll just have to see what goes down because Steam's gonna have to drop their shit. Like saying, "Hey, I'll give you an extra 5% after your game's made $10 million." You fucking stoned,
right?
How's that gonna help any indie developer being like, "Wow, that sounds like a great deal," when you're even just trying to get $1 million in the gateway?
I think Epic's going to have the developers that go on to the Epic Game Store. I think they're really going to probably push having these developers release solely on the Epic Game Store, because if they're able to release on Steam as well, I don't know, maybe not. I think that would be something that could be bad for the developer because there is a lot more exposure. I mean, not really exposure, but there's way more users obviously on Steam currently. But so if you can release in both places, yeah, you might as well, because even if they do take 30% on Steam, it's still better than no sale at all. So it'd be interesting to see how all this goes down. I think looking at it, it seems like a really good plan for both Epic and the developers that want to get in on this. I mean, Epic's so much in the limelight right now that just about everybody's probably going to see this going up, and I'm sure it's going to be all over Fortnite, which Fortnite's like the most played game right now. So, I mean, this is going to get seen by everyone, and I think this is, like you said, the perfect opportunity for them to do this, and it'll be interesting to see how this goes down.
Well, here it is too, right? So many companies and so many indie studios use Unreal Engine because it's, quote unquote free, and then it has the royalty baked into it, and they're going to waive that royalty if it's in Unreal, and you're going to put it on that story. What story do you think is going to go on first? Epic's. And then Epic can also every single time do say they release another game, right? Only available on the Epic Store. This is what we were talking about last week, about everyone segmenting themselves and segmenting their IP and creating their own ecosystem. Now, this obviously opens up an ecosystem, but it's not an ecosystem that's going to hurt Epic. It's one that's going to make Epic a bunch of money if this goes through.
I thought there was a pretty interesting part of all of this that Tim Sweeney came out and said that he'd be willing to put PUBG on the Epic Game Store, which, granted, PUBG really isn't much of a competition for Fortnite right now, like not even a little bit. PUBG's dying, so I mean, but it is still kind of cool to see him say that because Bluehole actually tried to sue Epic earlier this year. So at least they're playing nice. Either that or it was backhanded as fuck. I'm not real sure which, but yeah, I mean, it seems like they're going to get some good shit on there.
Well, here's the thing. Anything that goes on there and makes money, he makes money now.
Right, absolutely.
He's 12% on it. What's not to love, right? It's harder when you're Steam and you're used to making 30%, and then overnight you have to sit there and say, "Nah, we got to do 12% now." But now that you can sit there and say, "Yeah, I'll make 12% off your game, no problem." That's huge. Yep. The amount of revenue that'll come through there, I fully expect this to be a complete success.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I don't doubt that at all.
A complete and utter success. I feel like Steam is gonna have to change their shit. I hope that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo change their shit too. 30% is a lot, especially now we're in we're in a section that's all digital based. You're getting the developer to do everything for you now online. You're submitting all this shit. It's just going through their CERT program, and then you're basically working with account managers for featuring. Like, there's no reason as to why it should be 30%. I think it's a little ridiculous. Right. But that's not up to me to obviously say that or put that into effect. But yeah, this is awesome news. This is great news for developers, and I hope it follows suit with the rest of the stores.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. On to our next point here. Strabreeze Studios, which is a Swedish company most well known for the Payday series, has been raided for suspicion of insider trading. Earlier this week, Strabreeze filed for reconstructions, which is an alternative to bankruptcy that allows the company to basically have a little bit more time to come up with the money it needs to pay off its debts while taking a little bit of pressure off of them. They filed for the file for reconstructions came shortly after the release of the commercial failure of Overkill's The Walking Dead, which there was a little bit of hype before, from a very, very small community, and it immediately died on release. The raid led to some properties such as computers being removed from Strabreeze's headquarters and one person being arrested who is yet to be named. There is speculation that it might be the CEO, but...
The CEO or the COO?
The CEO,
okay.
Or the old CEO, because I think, from what I understood, he left. But the main article that had all of the meat to it, everybody else was just kind of trying to pick up whatever info they could. The main article's in Swedish, so I couldn't really understand what everything was saying, and I don't trust Google Translate for shit. So, yeah. And so this is kind of fucking crazy. Like, I heard about the bankruptcy / reconstruction earlier this week. I almost threw it in on Tuesday's show, but I kind of just, I don't know. I just didn't really think there was enough there to really throw it in on. So once this part of it came up, what a shitty week for these guys, in all honesty. It's rough. Payday. I think these are the guys that came in and bought Payday after Payday was already like a microtransaction hell, correct?
It had its problems, yeah.
Okay, but is this the company that came in and bought it like halfway through its life cycle, or was this the company that originally created it?
You know what? I don't know. I can't speak with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't really find too much on it anyway, but it just, I could find that they were involved in Payday. But yeah, man, it's kind of fucked up. I guess basically from what I had seen, the old CEO and somebody else at the company had a shitload of stock, sold it off, and then like the next week it dropped 80%. So that would be a pretty good reason to speculate there might be some insider trading stuff going on. But
yeah, man, they you can't inside trade. If you know shit, you can't trade your stock, especially when it's going to tank like this, and especially a mass amount of shares. So from my understanding, yeah, there's been a couple of arrests, and it's shitty. And what's going to happen of this is someone's going to come in and buy this for pennies on the dollar, and
THQ Nordic.
Possibly, who knows? Someone's going to come in and buy this for pennies on the dollar, and that's that. And these games are going to be sold off. Someone's going to own them. A bunch of people are going to jail, and this place shuts down.
Yeah.
So that's way it go.
That's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, the way it goes on this show is rumor time, my friend. So I've got a good one this week. It would seem that CTR, otherwise known as Crash Team Racing, is going to be making a comeback, apparently. So earlier this week, rumors began to swirl about the possibility of Activision announcing the game at the Game Awards. This by itself doesn't mean much, but on Tuesday, a PlayStation Access presenter named Holly Bennett tweeted a photo of crash-colored furry dice with the message sliding into the Game Awards on 6/12, which is kind of 6/12. What the fuck? Oh, month and then the date. Oh,
yeah,
the day and then the month after. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's ass backwards.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Hey, this is awesome. I fully expect this. This is great if they come out with this. This is a great Mario Kart competitor.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as Mario Kart. However, it's a competitor nonetheless, and that's awesome. This also proves that the Game Awards are becoming something that's actually worthy of announcements. This is something that people are going to watch. I think this is going to be incredible. The amount of people that are going to watch the fuck Game Awards is going to be insane. I have a feeling it's going to be ridiculous. Like, there's a lot of hype.
There's a ton of hype. That's what I was just going to say. There's a ton of hype around this. And a lot of companies have come out and said, like, hey, there's going to be something, or hey, there's not going to be something. And I was going to compile a list of that, and it was just too scattered to kind of really gather in a timely manner. So I figured we'll just find out tomorrow. But I think the Game Awards are going to become almost like a second E3 of sorts. That's the way it seems to be cracking up so far. I mean, not nearly to that level, but obviously there's a lot of people that are using this time to make some pretty big announcements.
Yeah, and it's great. I think it's a perfect time. I mean, you're not in the you're kind of in the weird spot of the season, and a lot of people honestly are looking for video game news. And even for us, we're sitting around and we're kind of like, holy shit, like there's not much news, for the last couple of weeks. And this is going to bring a lot of great stuff. I think we're going to see a lot of cool things. Obsidian actually put out a tweet as well, hinting that they're going to be announcing a new game at the Game Awards. They listed all of their games that they've done, thus far, and then there's one with a bunch of question marks on it. And so they're going to be announcing their new game, and we're excited for that. I'm just excited. I think Jeff Keighley's done a great job of building this event. Who knows? Maybe in a couple of years, maybe we'll be at the Game Awards. We can sit there and watch some cool stuff go down.
Yeah.
But there's like an orchestra and stuff, and there's a bunch of world premieres happening, and I'm just happy that it's like that now. It's been a long time in the making for the Game Awards, and it's been tough. Early on, like the Game Awards were laughed at and such, and this just proves that with hard work and dedication, you can really create anything you want, and you can really create a great product. And I'm excited. The Game Award, the games need this. Games deserve to have an award show that's taken, seriously, and not just by the public, but also by the industry. And yeah, I'm stoked to watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm very excited to see what we get. I'm also pretty excited for the Crash Team Racing, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm in the same camp as you, where I really would prefer playing Mario Kart, but I do have fond memories of Crash Team Racing, and I'm all for it getting a new iteration, and I think that'd be really cool. But I'm really excited for the Game Awards tomorrow, because we're doing a fucking live stream there, bud.
Hell yeah, we are. Tomorrow, or sorry, if you're listening to this, it's today at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go live. The Game Awards start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be live about 30 minutes before the awards. We'll just be hanging out, chilling, drinking beers, and maybe eating pizza, maybe eating something. I know my wife's bringing a cheesecake.
Yeah.
So that's something. But we'll be hanging out. We'll watch the Game Awards. Probably give our predictions before, see if they come true, react to them live, and it'll be a great time. We can all just hang out together on the live stream. We spent a lot of work putting this live stream together, both from a physical set perspective, getting everything set up, and from the software side of things. So we're extremely excited. Bear with us if there's some technical difficulties. I think we put enough work in where we were not expecting. We're expecting to go, without a hitch, and I think we'll be good. We're extremely excited for this live feed. I'm so excited for just our breakout into YouTube. So, we're doing a couple things with Diggity. So I want to talk about this now actually with people while we have time, and kind of give a heads up of what we're doing. So if you haven't already, you're gonna want to check out our YouTube channel. Head on over there and subscribe. There's gonna be content coming out on the regular, starting in the next couple weeks. The Game Awards is the first kind of test for the live show. And we plan to do live shows, especially for E3, as well as Nintendo Directs and stuff like that when we can, or at least reactions for Nintendo Directs and videos like that. We plan on doing unboxings, reviews of games, as well as reviews of products, which is something I don't like. There's a lot of tech YouTubers out there that do like gaming tech review stuff, and some sites that do it, but I don't think they do it as good as they possibly can. I think we can create a pretty compelling review situation for different controllers, different add-ons, stuff like that, different cases, all these different things. But we're going to look to do that. We're also going to look to be doing Let's Plays, obviously. I think that's going to start up probably in the new year, probably in January. We're going to start looking at doing that. But the first thing that's going to happen is the podcast will have a video version of it. And the podcast will always have an audio version, so you'll always be able to listen to the podcast like you do right now. The Podiocast, yeah. You'll always be listening to the Podiocast exactly like the way you are right now. We'll have. I think the first ones will go up as kind of not live, but there'll be a video version of the podcast that goes on YouTube, not live, and then it'll slowly transition into being live on YouTube when we do the podcast. And we want to do some baby steps to get things right and make sure it's a good experience for everybody that's watching. We're extremely excited. We're growing. We've had fun. We seem to be growing week over week over week. So we're extremely excited about that. And I can't wait for this next little chapter here and to actually build a great community together. So I'm stoked. I want fucking t-shirts, bro.
That's one of the things I'm most excited for.
I don't want to have to buy a shirt again. I don't want to have to worry about what I want to wear. Like, I just want to fucking wear Diggity t-shirts all day long.
Yeah.
Diggity hoodies.
Yeah.
Diggity underwear. Whatever, man. Let's just get to that fucking level.
Yeah, man. I'm down. That's what we are kind of setting out to do. I mean, we have plans for what we would like to see this grow into and what we want to create, and both of us are really excited for what we have planned for even just the next couple months, and getting into not only the podcast and furthering the podcast, but we really want to get into the video side of it, and whether that be streaming or Let's Plays or whatever. I mean, we just want to get more content out there, and if you hate us, that's fine. You don't have to watch it, but if you like us, there's going to be a lot more to watch. So,
and if you hate us, there's going to be a lot more reasons to hate us.
Yeah,
so whatever.
Absolutely. And now you'll see our faces, so there's that too.
Yeah,
you could hate us solely based upon our faces. That's very possible.
This is very true. Yeah,
not my face, but Jeff's face, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You could hate me all day long. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm super excited for it. You're super excited for it. We were nerding out both yesterday while we were doing the setup for the live stream tomorrow. And then we're also picking up Super Smash on Thursday or tomorrow night. So I'm excited
Immediately
for that as well.
after the Game Awards gets over, we're heading down to get it.
Yeah, boy. So we're super excited for that. Anyways, guys, this wraps up the show this week. Just once again, thank you so much to the Audible team for sponsoring today's podcast. You can head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity. Get access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. And Diggity members, by heading over to that link, once again, is audibletrial.com/diggity. Get a free audiobook download and also a free 30-day free trial. So follow us on Instagram at Diggity Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Something I have to put in the show notes now. Diggity Gaming is our handle on YouTube. Pretty easy to find. You'll find our little yellow logo, much like the podcast logo on there on the YouTube channel. And that's actually, we also upload our podcasts there right now. That's where we syndicate them as well. You can follow me on, or you can add me as my gamer tag on Xbox One is Maple Jeff, and Brody's, yours is what?
Luscious Brody.
Sweet. Leave us a review. It helps us a ton. Does two things. One, spreads the great word and gospel of the Church of Diggity. Two, your comments and your feedback help us improve the show on a weekly basis, and we really do really appreciate feedback. We want to create a great experience for you and create a really well-rounded, great experience overall for any future people who listen to Diggity. And until next time, guys, we will see you for the Tuesday show, but catch us live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the Game Awards show on YouTube for our live stream. See ya.